조일적에 동산에 가기로다 왼천 하늘 비춰있고 비기너기에 올라가서 짝을 골라 슬피 물제 원망 세려한 무님을 한없이 기다리다 이경 삼사오경 어느 듯이 새벽에 주야장 긴긴 밤을 천천굴매담고 들제 삼사 일함에 타는지 그대는 아시는가 어리석으나 정말 좋으려 아니해보지는 못하리라
밤꿈에 기러기 보고 오늘 아침 어둠 위에 같이 앉아 지으니 반가운 경지 올까 그리던 일이 올까 기다리고 바랬더니 일락사산에는 지고 출몰만이 몇 번인가 언제나 유정님 만나 가려 동산 춘풍이에 이별 없이 살아볼까 얼씨구나 얼씨구나 지와가자 좋네 아니로지는 못하리라 얼씨구 절시구나 절시구나 지와가자 좋네 아니로지는 못하리라
얼씨구 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 지화가 좋네 태평성 내가 여기로다
안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to Thursday's edition of The Culture Wave. I'm Kwon So-ah in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects and stay up to date with K-entertainment, K-education, K-sports, K-everything. And today I'm joined by my co-host Bella Kim in the studio. Hello, Bella.
Hi, Soa, and hello to everyone joining us today on the Culture Wave. I'm Bella, back again to co-host and fill you guys in with the latest in K-entertainment.
Bella, have you noticed it's not too cold today?
Right, on my way here it was pretty warm. It goes up to like high teens today. But why are you asking, Soa?
Because today is Suneung Day. It's the college entrance exam day, and there's a kind of weather jinx on this day. It's been almost pretty cold every year on this day.
Yes.
However, it doesn't seem to be the case in recent years. So I hope all the test takers are having a mild afternoon while they're taking the exam.
Yes.
So why don't we start with a Korean-style cheer for all the exam takers? You ready, Bella?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Fighting! All right. And let's start on that cheerful note with some K-entertainment news, Bella. We're gonna start with the NewJeans ADOR conflict, but maybe apparently we won't be calling it a conflict anymore. I was pretty surprised hearing this news. So what is it about?
That's correct. After more than a year of courtroom battles, all 5 members of NewJeans are returning to their agency, ADOR. ADOR said on Wednesday that Haerin and Haein have decided to respect the court's ruling and honor their exclusive contracts, and that the company will fully support both members' activities moving forward. And shortly after, Minji, Danielle, Hani, rest of the members also signaled their return with a note saying that after careful discussion, they chose to go back to ADOR. And in response to this, ADOR said they are in process of verifying the authenticity of 3 members' decision. This comes one day before the deadline for NewJeans to appeal their exclusive contract lawsuit against ADOR. Previously, the court ruled that all 5 members of NewJeans must honor their exclusive contracts with ADOR through 2029, rejecting all 6 claims that was brought by NewJeans' side. And now with all 5 members' decision to return to ADOR, the standoff comes to an end, and NewJeans will hopefully soon resume their activities with ADOR.
It was a long legal battle,
yes.
but it will be great to see the members all together in action.
Right.
And now, Bella, we will shift from members of a girl group to a member of a boy group with
Right.
an impressive feat.
That's correct. Tomorrow by Together member Yeonjun has topped Japan's Oricon chart with his latest solo album. According to the latest chart released by Oricon, Yeonjun's mini album No Labels Part 1 reached #1 on daily album ranking. Additionally, the single Talk to You rose to #7 on the daily digital single ranking, earning a positive response from local fans. It doesn't stop here now. On the day of the album release, it sold over 540,000 copies on Hanta chart, making it a 500,000 seller. No Labels Part 1 is an album that presents Yeonjun himself, richly infusing the Yeonjun core. So if you're TXT fans or Tomorrow by Together fan or a Yeonjun fan, or you just want to listen to a good music, make sure to check it out.
All right, and Part 1 probably means there is likely going to be a Part 2 as well. Looking
Maybe.
forward to that as
Yes.
well. And let's continue with another story on a boy group.
Monsta X donated in the name of their fan club to celebrate their 10th anniversary. Global child rights NGO Good Neighbors announced on Wednesday that Monsta X had delivered a donation to support underprivileged children in South Korea. Good Neighbors runs a meal support program for children at risk of missing meals during school breaks, providing meal kits, side dishes, and also groceries. Monsta X, celebrating their 10th anniversary this year, donated in the name of their fan club Monbebe to repay the love they received from their fans. Since 2020, the group have consistently donated to low-income families affected by COVID-19, and they have also made donations to aid residents and children in wildfire-affected areas back in March as well. Meanwhile, Monsta X are set to release their U.S. digital single Baby Blue tomorrow. That's this Friday, Korea time.
Such a warm gesture, and also
Right.
excited about the new album. Thank you very much, Bella, for those updates, and stick around.
Will do.
And now let's go over to our AI anchor, Arirang, for more on the culture front. Arirang?
Hello and welcome to your AI guide to the latest cultural updates from Korea. Here's our top story. To prevent forest fires this fall, access to several sections of major national parks will be restricted for 1 month beginning this weekend. From this Saturday through December 15th, all hiking trails at Odasan National Park will be closed except for a few designated routes, while the Busan National Park will also limit access to all but 4 sections. Juangsan National Park will close 6 trail sections, keeping only a few routes open to visitors. Hikers are advised to check the National Park Service website before planning a hike. Unauthorized entry in restricted areas will be strictly prohibited, with fines imposed for violations. The e-pic events held in Gyeongju, Gyeongsangbuk-do Province, continue to give the local tourism sector a major boost, drawing a surge of both domestic and foreign visitors. According to city officials, nearly 5.9 million people visited Gyeongju between October 1st and November 4th, up almost 23% from the same period last year. Among them, foreign visitors totaled more than 206,600, marking a 35% increase on year. Gyeongju plans to build on the momentum to position the city, dubbed the Museum Without Walls, as a leading cultural tourism hub in Asia. Korea's largest design industry expo, Design Korea 2025, has kicked off at COEX in Seoul. Running through this Sunday, this year's event explores how AI and digital transformation are shaping industries and design. Major Korean companies, including Samsung Electronics, LG Electronics, and Hyundai Motors, as well as top designers, will showcase innovative products and designs powered by generative AI. The expo will also feature a range of side events, such as an international design conference and programs supporting jobs for young designers. That's all from me. Stay tuned to the Culture Wave.
Korea's biggest game exhibition, G-Star, kicked off this Thursday in the southeastern city of Busan, drawing game lovers from across the country and the world to check out the latest products and upcoming releases. Our News Features reporter Byun Ye-young tells us more.
From Thursday, Busan transforms into a global hub for the gaming industry. G-Star 2025 kicks off for a 4-day run under the slogan, Expand Your Horizons, bringing together the world's top developers and publishers. South Korea's leading studios, including NCSoft, Netmarble, and Gravity, will headline the main exhibition hall. Main sponsor NCSoft will take center stage with its upcoming title, Ion 2, and other new global releases, while Netmarble presents fresh games like Solo Leveling Karma and Soul Enchant. The second exhibition hall will feature a global zone with major international players such as Bandai Namco Entertainment and Blizzard. Valve, the developer of Steam Deck, is also returning for this year's Indie Showcase 2.0 Galaxy. Beyond the exhibition floor, the G-Con International Game Conference will explore storytelling and narrative across games, films, and comics, featuring industry icons such as Dragon Quest creator Yuji Horii, Nier Automata director Yoko Taro, and film director Byun Sung-yeon. According to Busan city officials, this year's G-Star will move beyond a festival format to become a global business platform that supports local developers' international reach and strengthens Korea's gaming ecosystem. Traffic around Bexco will be partially restricted during the event for safety and crowd control. G-Star 2025 runs through Sunday, showcasing the future of gaming from Busan to the world. Hyun-young, Arirang News.
Time for the latest in the world of sports. We've got a rundown on the Korean series, a highly anticipated game coming up for Son Heung-min, and some great news for tennis fans. And who's covering all of that? Our sportscaster Jason Lee joining us in the studio. Welcome back, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So, Jason, it's been a minute since we've been talking about Korean sports, and let's start off with the Korean series. So the LG Twins, they got the trophy, and it's been the second time in 3 years. So tell us more.
That's right. Last year, the Kia Tigers won. The year before that, it was the LG Twins. And yeah, the LG Twins go on to win again this year in the Korean series against the Hanwha Eagles. They took the first 2 games in Chamsil, and then the Eagles took game 3. Then it was all LG once again as they took the last 2 games in Daejeon for a 4-1 series win. And longtime KBO veteran Kim Hyun-soo was named the series MVP, showing that, hey, he still got it at the age of 37 years young. Good for him. Good to see him doing well. And he's a free agent after this season, so maybe you can expect a little bit of a pay bump for his performance in the postseason. Although, you know, I think I would expect him to probably re-sign with the LG Twins. He's been there for the last while. The only other team that he's played for has been the Busan Bears, who also play out of Chamsil Baseball Stadium. So my guess is that he likes living in Seoul, and he'll probably stay with the Twins being the defending champs. And who knows, maybe they can go after like a 3rd championship in 4 years if they can keep much of the team together. Right now, Park Hae-min is the only other free agent on the team. So if they can keep everyone together, they're certainly going to be one of the favorites to repeat as champions. Meanwhile, the Hanwha Eagles, they're probably going to lose their ace, Cody Ponce, to Major League Baseball because he did so well this year. He's probably going to win MVP, and I would expect that he'll sign with a Major League Baseball team somewhere next season. That will be a big loss for Hanwha, but the core of their team is very young because they struggled for a lot of years leading up to the last couple seasons. So I would imagine that Hanwha will be a good, strong contender for next season as well. I think both these teams should be contending again next year.
I like how you said Kim Hyun-soo is 37 years young.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of similar to my age. I feel so young now.
I think he's been playing in the league for like 16, 17 years. It's been a while for him. So, yeah, good on him.
Now, the KBO season might be over now, but there's still plenty of exciting things coming up for fans in Korea as the national team is preparing for next year's World Baseball Classic with some exhibition games. Tell us more about that.
That's right. World Baseball Classic coming up in March. So Korea has been lining up some exhibition contests. They had a 2-game series against the Czech Republic last weekend. They were 3-0 winners as well as 11-1 winners over the weekend. So I think showing that they can outpitch them in a low-scoring 3-0 game, but they can also out-hit their opponents, busting out for 17 hits in an 11-1 victory. So good for Korea. It's going to be a bit of a tougher test this weekend, though, as Korea has now traveled to Japan as they're preparing for a couple of games on Saturday and Sunday. And obviously, anytime Korea plays Japan in any sport, it receives a lot of attention. But these games should be a very good measuring stick, I would say, for Korean baseball, because Korean baseball has improved significantly over the last few years. They've got a lot of good young stars that have developed. And I think this is a good litmus test to see how they do against Japan, who's one of, if not the top team in the world. So to go against them, really see if they can come out with a win or keep a couple of close games. I think it would say a lot. It would set the stage up perhaps for a good rivalry as these 2 teams are going to meet in March for the actual World Baseball Classic as well. So really looking forward to these games. Saturday, Sunday night. Keep your eyes glued to the TV.
All right.
Definitely always super extra excited, those Korea versus Japan games.
Always.
So very heated weekend. And I understand, though, the Major League Baseball players won't be playing in that game. So no Otani or Yamamoto or Lee Jung-hoo for Korea, Kim Ha-sung or Kim Hae-sung, who actually won, have become the World Series champion after winning with Dodgers against the Blue Jays, right?
That's right. Yeah, what a World Series
I
that
know.
was. 7 games that the series went. And Kim Hae-sung, he didn't really have a large part in the series overall, but hey, he was on the field when the team turned the double play to end the game in extra innings of Game 7. So he did have a defensive role at some point, got himself into the game. So great for him. He's got a World Series ring. And I think a lot of people were somewhat befuddled by his decision to sign with the Dodgers over, let's say, the Angels or several other teams that were actually interested in offering him more money as well as a larger role on their team. But I guess you could say that he got the last laugh as he's got a World Series ring now. And obviously, he's happy playing for the team that he cheered for as a child. So hopefully he'll have a bigger role with the team next season. But we'll have to wait and see. But answering your original point, yeah, none of the Korean players are going. The Korean players from Major League Baseball are going to be playing in the weekend series in Japan as well. Another notable absence is Kim Do-young, the MVP last year for the Kia Tigers. He also has not been playing. He's trying to come back from an injury. He had a hamstring injury that really sidelined him for most, if not almost all, of the season. So most important is to get him healthy so that he'll be ready to play in March when the games actually do count.
Right. Hopefully he'll get better for March. And also we have some unexpected news for Kim Ha-sung. He will opt out of his contract with Atlanta, so he's now a free agent.
Yes. Honestly, this was a little bit surprising. Myself, as well as many journalists in the industry, were quite surprised that he did this. So basically, he turned down $16 million for 2026 could have also remained with a very strong team as the starting shortstop for the Atlanta Braves. But now, after this, he's going to be a free agent. And this after essentially not having a very good season as well. He didn't have very good numbers because he started the season injured after coming off of a shoulder injury. So he had surgery in the offseason, missed the first half of the season completely. And then when he did come back, he's not up to full speed because his shoulder wasn't 100%. So he really didn't have the season that he's capable of having. So I think what's surprising to me is through free agency right now, like I said, he could have guaranteed himself $16 million and then became a free agent next year. I would be surprised. I don't know for sure, but I'd be surprised if he were to be able to get a long-term contract that paid him at least $16 million per season on average. So I think a lot of people were kind of surprised at his decision for that. The only thing that I could get into his brain about is maybe he wants to be back on the West Coast. Because when he signed with Tampa Bay, the original contract before being traded to Atlanta, it was a 2-year contract, but he had the option of opting out after the season, which he's choosing to do, which could show a sign of saying, I only really want this to be a 1-year contract, a prove-it deal, and then maybe he'll find, a city or a team that he really does want to go to. His original team that he signed with was San Diego. They could use him back there again. So maybe he could go back to San Diego. If you think of some of the other teams on the West Coast that could use a shortstop or an infielder, maybe the San Francisco Giants, maybe the Seattle Mariners, the LA Angels, of course, who tried to sign Kim Hae-sung last offseason, are all potential landing spots as well. So I think it'll be interesting to see what happens. But if I were to bet money on it, I would probably say that he'll end up somewhere on the West Coast. Maybe even Colorado could be an option as well. I think I've found that a lot of Asian players like playing on the West Coast because it's a closer flight when you're going back and forth from Asia before and after the season, but also viewers, whether it be fans, friends, family, it's a more reasonable hour for them to be watching their favorite player play at 11 a.m. in the morning rather than 6 or 7 a.m. for the game time. So that's just that's the only thing that makes sense to me. So we'll have to see though.
Pretty interesting. I mean, it's not only surprising to see some game results when it comes to sports, but I think these behind stories are also very interesting because such surprises do happen quite often.
And once again, just showing that athletes are human beings. They're not just machines that always want the most money. Sometimes, you know, they want to be closer to family. Sometimes they want to be in a city that they want to be in.
Right, makes sense. Now, Jason, let's move over to the Major League Soccer now. Now, Son Heung-min, he won his first major trophy earlier this year, not in the Major League Soccer, but in the Europa League when he was in Tottenham. But he's now even one step closer to another trophy in his first season in the MLS. So what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Son Heung-min helped LAFC to 2-1 and 4-1 victories over Austin to help his team advance to the quarterfinals of the MLS. They play the Vancouver Whitecaps in the next round. That starts on November the 23rd, so just after the international games that are taking place right now during this break. If they win that game, then they'll meet the winner of San Diego and Minnesota in the Western Conference Finals, and then the winner of that will advance to the Cup Final, which would be on December the 8th. So a couple of big games coming up for Son Heung-min as well as LAFC. But yeah, who knows? I mean, he won a cup in his last season with Tottenham. Maybe he'll win a cup in his first one with LAFC.
That would be a very great year for Son.
I know, and very meaningful as well.
Yeah, and I have to say, by the way, the two games, Son Heung-min scoring a highlight reel goal in one of the games, like in the 4-1 win, he had a goal, had a beautiful assist as well. Like, he is playing so well, and from my understanding, he's probably one of, if not the most popular Korean athlete in America right now.
Have to agree with
Definitely, yes. And speaking of Son Heung-min, actually this weekend, or tomorrow actually, yes, Korea will be hosting Bolivia in a friendly, and Son Heung-min will be in action for that match as well.
That's right. He's in Korea training right now, and as you mentioned, they play tomorrow night. One player that's not expected to play, however, is Hwang In-bum, who plays for Feyenoord in the Dutch league. Also, Ulsan winger Lee Dong-kyung is out with a broken rib suffered in a recent K-League 1 match. And so a couple of players that are not going to be able to play because of injury. And both, I think, you know, were kind of part of Hong Myung-bo's plans for the team, certainly to shore up their midfield. So it is going to be a loss, but certainly it opens up a lot of opportunity for other players as well. That game will be played in Daejeon tomorrow, by the way, 8 p.m. Also, Korea is going to be hosting Ghana on Tuesday at Seoul's World Cup Stadium in Sangam, and I have already purchased myself tickets to go to that game. I'm going to be taking my dad, who's visiting Korea right now, so we're looking forward to an exciting matchup on Tuesday as well. If you're in the area, you're in Korea, if you're in Daejeon or Seoul, get yourself some tickets. Last I saw, there were some tickets available still. So yeah, your chance to go see the national team and Son Heung-min.
And maybe they'll get to see Jason as well.
Oh, yeah, they get to see me too. Yeah.
Nice. And finally, Jason, we've got to talk about tennis, because a very big event is going to take place. One of the two best players in the world are going to be playing in Korea.
Yeah,
tell us more.
How about that? How often do you get that where, you know, the two best players in the world are playing right here? This is huge because for tennis fans especially, Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz, not only are the two best players, the highest ranked right now, but they're developing a rivalry that's much like Pete Sampras and Andre Agassi or Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer. Just, you know, they're dominating the sport to, you know, monumental levels. And this is kind of the beginning of that, right? Like, we saw those other rivalries for so many years, but I think this is kind of the start of their rivalry. And I think this is a great opportunity for tennis fans to check out some high quality level tennis. It's happening January the 10th at the Inspire Arena in Incheon. That's right near the airport. So definitely, if you're in the area, if you're in Korea, even if you're just near Korea, it's right next to the airport. So get a plane ticket, come on over and check out some amazing tennis. That'll be two months down the road.
Great recommendation. Well, thank you very much, Jason, for all of those updates, and have fun at the Korea-Ghana game as well.
Yes.
I look forward to it.
All right, see you next time.
Thank you, Jason.
And thank you, Bella, as always. We're going to see you right here tomorrow.
Yes, I'll see you back tomorrow.
Thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave. Please join us again tomorrow on Friday at 2 p.m. Korea time, and maybe one day here in Korea.